Okay, just to introduce myself, my name is Martina Plačková, and I was invited as a student to spend some time abroad to share with you what I think that should be done better in Czech Republic, and I'm very happy that I have this opportunity because I have a lot of things to criticize. So please don't take me too hard, because I really think that Czech science is very good, but I really see a big space for improvement. So I just would like to give some recommendations, about crucial things which I find the most appealing for me. So, when I was starting my PhDs, I was very well informed what I'm going to do. So, I asked my peers about it, and I read a lot about it, and so I didn't do it like that. I expected some rosy dream. I knew that it will be demanding, I knew that it will be hard, and I knew that it will be painful. So that's why I gave the subtitle for my presentation, No Pain, No Gain. But the thing is that when I first went abroad, I realized that of course it will be painful everywhere, but maybe the pain can be reduced, and also the gain can be, increased a little bit. Okay, so during my PhD studies, I had the opportunity to spend almost 2 years abroad. My first internship was at Zurich University of Applied Sciences in Switzerland. And as a connection to my internship there, I was also invited to spend a few months at Graz University of Technology in Austria. And for all of you students here, I'm telling you, go abroad, go abroad, go abroad. Because I was definitely a totally different person when I was leaving Czech Republic. My confidence was very low. I kind of didn't know what to do with the science. I didn't really know anything. And as I had an opportunity to see different approaches, I also had an opportunity to develop myself. And not only, me personally, which is also a very important aspect of all of it, but also my personal methods how to do science and how to deal with the science. Because when you see it only in one workplace, then you just can't combine the approaches which fits you the most. And now I'm very confident about myself, and now I know what I want to do and how I want to proceed it. But what was the most surprising for me when I first arrived abroad to both of those countries, they're the students themselves. Because, I had an opportunity to supervise the bachelor master thesis both in Czech Republic and abroad. And what I saw abroad was that the students are way more motivated. They are preparing themselves way more, and with that, it's connected that their abilities are way higher. And I was thinking about it, why? Because, I don't think that people in Czech Republic are not as intelligent as abroad. But, I think that the reason is that abroad, you really need to work hard to get a position, even from the very beginning. Even to get a good bachelor position, you really need to go through and show that you are the best student, and they should take you. And they also support very much the fluctuation of the students. So, okay, you can stay for bachelors and masters in one lab, but then abroad they support you to leave the workplace, because it's beneficial for both sides. Because as a student, you can learn more when you stay, or maybe you can learn more, but not as much as if you change the workplace. And for the work group, you are also getting like a fresh blood, which is bringing new, fresh ideas. So it's mutual benefit for both sides to exchange. But with that, it's connected that, if you know that you will need to change the workplace, you also need to get some good motivational letters, and you need to prove yourself or your supervisor, so he will help you to get the best position afterwards. So I really think that this is something which is missing here in the Czech system, because Czech system is very much supporting this path that, just one lab and we are continuing till eternity. So I think that this maybe should be changed. The other point which I really want to state out from all what I experienced is the quantity versus quality. And this is in a lot of different fields, but in this particular place I would like to speak about the quality of the publication. Because the Czech system is not really allowing scientists to really make a big publication, to take the topic from all of the sides and to make really something concise, which is, looking at the problematics from all of the sides. In Czech Republic, the system needs all of those risk points, and so the scientists are really pushed to make 3 or 4 small publications instead of one big, which will have, in my opinion, way more value, because this is the one which people want to read, and this is the one which will have this big impact on society. Which is bringing me to my point that, as was said already a lot of times here, the Czech science needs to be reformed a little bit. There has to be changes done in the future. And the problem is that in the Czech environment, everything goes very slow. So when you take it that the changes need to be done, I think that you here are those which will make the changes. I believe that the old generation will maybe make some good starting point, but the real change will be done in the horizon of the nowadays young scientists. And I'm a little bit scared that the opportunities or environment for the young scientists in Czech Republic is not very convenient. When I went abroad, it was my first time when I had a feeling that I can do science. Because, as I said, I knew what I'm going to do, but in Czech Republic, when you do PhDs, you are getting the average salary which is stated here. I took it from some research done under the Ministry of Education. For abroad guests, it's not even 300 euros per month. So you can't live with that. And so I am a very good example of the system that I had to have 2 other jobs next to my PhD to survive, to pay my rent and to buy me food. Which is really sad, because I really felt like I'm failing here. Because I went to the library, I wanted to do my research, I really wanted to be this US student who's sleeping in the lab and who's really making this breakthrough. But I just couldn't, because I could stay in the lab only 7 to 8 hours, because I knew that I had to go to my other work, and work there till the night to pay my rent. And I think that this is a really bad thing, because it's not only that it's inconvenient for the student. I survived, I'm now finishing my PhD, so it's doable. But the thing is that in Czech Republic, the success rate of the PhDs who start PhDs is only around 50%, which is really sad. And even this 50% who succeed to obtain their PhDs are doing their PhDs really long. A few years ago, somebody made research on my campus at the Academy of Sciences, and they found out that the average time span needed for completing the PhD thesis in my campus was around 6 years. 6 years. Abroad it's like 3 to 4 years. This is really, really bad. So, I really think that in Czech environment we should think about, again, quality versus quantity. So maybe it would be better to take less students, but finance them better, so they can maybe better concentrate on their work, and then they will have better results. And as well as nowadays the system is not really forcing very talented people to stay in the system. Because, when they are talented and good students at the master's, they will get a good offer from industry or whatsoever, and they will just leave academia. But, if you will give them more money and you will show them that you will support them, maybe the better candidates for the PhDs will stay in science, and those people should stay in science. So this was my biggest point, which I really wanted to state out, because I feel that I suffered a lot due to this problem. But the other thing is, which I think that should be changed here, is also the bigger support for working abroad, for going for an internship. I know that there is big support to go for postdoc. You can't even ask for a junior grant in Czech Republic without having a broad postdoc position. But I'm again a good example about a person who changed, and I really think that my PhD thesis has changed, and my whole future is totally changed because I went abroad. But in Czech Republic, only 15% of all PhD students are having really a must to go abroad to fulfill their PhD. And I really think that this should be changed, because of course every faculty is like, yeah, go abroad, it's really good. But when you don't make it really compulsory, the students are lazy, kind of, and it's more convenient to stay at home, and they feel like, okay, I will go for a postdoc, so why to bother now? I really think that there should be bigger motivation from the side of the universities, and as well as that maybe there could be also some financial support. Because in Austria, it happened to me that one of my colleagues, she wanted to go for, I think that it was Cambridge, Oxford, some really very high-class university in the UK. She was asking for an internship and she didn't get it. She was just below the line. And she went to her faculty and she said, I really need to go because, this is a really awesome opportunity for me. And they saw that she tried to get the money, that she really ranked very high, but, unfortunately she didn't get it. And they decided, okay, this is a really good thing and we will finance it. Now, it's not like the standard thing, but, they had some budget money to support those who were not maybe very lucky, in just this decision process. And my last point, which I have here on this slide, is the cooperation with the industry. I think that I don't need to speak about it more because you already heard it from so many sources during the presentation, but I need to point it out because I really feel that we are producing a lot of students here, which a lot of them are leaving academia to the industry, but they are totally not prepared for the industry. So we should make bigger contact with the industry over the studies, so the students will not really go as blank pages to the industry. As I said, a lot of people are leaving academia in Czech Republic. I think that according to this research, only 27% of the absolvents wants to stay in academia and the rest wants to leave the academia. The reasons are various, but one of the reasons which is particularly appealing for me is gender problematics. I know that gender problematics in science is a big topic all over the world, but according to the latest research of the European Union, Czech Republic ranked third from the bottom in women in science and innovation. And the problem is that it was not only the EU countries, it was the EU 27 countries. So those countries which were below Czech Republic was Macedonia, and was very closely to Czech Republic, and the last one was Turkey. So we are basically the worst ones in Europe. So we really have to think about it, that the support of women in the science is really horrible here in Czech Republic. We don't support some shorter employment that we don't work 100% here in Czech Republic. It's not a thing at all. And even when you're asking for a junior grant, so you want to start your career. Now I'm 30, I'm finishing my PhD, it's okay, some postdoc, but I'll be 32 when I want to come back maybe and start my career. But when you read the prerequisites for the junior grant or the conditions of the junior grant, just know that it's not compatible at all with having a family. Everywhere in the world they expect, or you have it in the contract normally that you can take at least 2 months of the holidays to just have a baby and then come back. It's still quite demanding, but okay, at least there is something, but we don't have anything here. And and in Czech Republic there's also super big stigma of women in science. I just had a talk with one professor at my institute, and he thought that he's super funny, but he was definitely not. Because he was like, oh yeah, Martina, I'm now finishing your PhD, so you're looking for a postdoc. I'm like, yeah, and he was like, and how old are you? I was like, yeah, I'm 30. He was like, oh, I will never really employ you. You'll have children, and yeah. And he thought that it's really funny, but I found out that it's real reality here in Czech Republic. So we need to do something about it. Because you don't really want to invest money in students and then just force them to leave, even though they are very high quality ones. Okay, I think that my time is almost done. I'm really sorry that I was so critical. I tried to point out the most appealing things to me, but I would really love to have some dialogue with you, because maybe you have better points, and maybe you can criticize me back that I was not right. So thank you very much for your attention.